If we really want to have meaningful change, what I think would be most inspiring would be if everybody were outraged by racism, if everybody was as outraged by homophobia as the LGBTQ players, and if everybody was as outraged by the lack of equal pay and investment in the women's game other than just women. That would be the most inspiring thing. So I ask everybody here to lend your platform, to lift people up, to use this beautiful game to change the world for the better. Megan Rapinoe.
I often say, like, we play the same sport, but we operate in different industries. And I think that I think when we look at the governance structures, when we look at competition frameworks, when we look at even just the people who work in women's football and men's football, they're different human beings that you're working with different ideas and structures. And so I think having conversations about the women's game with people that work in the women's game and then taking those learnings and applying them. But the trick is you have to have people who, like, I've worked in the men's game for 10 years, men's professional soccer here in America for 10 years at Major League Soccer. And then I went into the women's game and I could take the learnings from men's football over to the women's game and vice versa. But a lot of times as a woman, I find the initial assumption is that I work in women's football because I'm a woman. And so I think getting more women into leadership in men's football is a conversation that we need to have, as well as moving from one side of the game to the other. Like I think that's a real value, so that we can take those learnings and not assume that if you're a man you work in men's football, or if you're a woman you work in women's football, but actually how can we build bridges and understanding between the two without legislating.
Sport, whether it's on a professional or amateur level, is much more than leisure or entertainment. Sport can empower people to push their own boundaries and to achieve personal goals beyond dreams. But for now, not everyone's dreams. We all know that women remain underrepresented at all levels of sport. Women are marginalized in the run for coaching positions. Women are practically absent in executive boards of sports organizations. Women are being paid less in general and rewarded much less for high performances. Women's sports leagues receive less coverage by media.
Step Up Equality, a 3-year project funded by the EU Plus objective.
I have the opportunity to playing with a lot of ladies and to know them, to play with them, with different communities, with Syrian women, with different women, and it was very great experience.
That's just the classic situation that I've witnessed so often. You share the classroom with mostly men, and the people who lead the sessions are men, and they just presume you won't be as good as a man, and when you are, they are always really surprised. I believe the glass ceiling in sports organisations is made out of plastic rather than glass. If you keep banging at a glass ceiling, it will break at some point, but a plastic ceiling just bends. Women in football are automatically assumed to have little understanding of the game, especially women of colour.
Avete mai vissuto delle discriminazioni di genere?
Durante le partite no, però magari all'esterno quando parli di quello che fai sport ti viene magari detto sì, però gli uomini sono più forti, si sente un po' il fatto di essere donna a giocare.
Capita ogni giorno di ricevere insulti, però quando sei in campo alla fine non dovresti neanche sentire quello che ti dicono là fuori, ovviamente ti pesa, però fa parte anche questo, anche se è una cosa brutta.
A me arbitrando è successo diverse volte di subire delle discriminazioni, sia arbitrando delle partite che comunque dagli spalti i tifosi non ti dicono i soliti insulti, posso dire gli insulti, non ti dicono c***one, testa di cazzo, impara ad arbitrare, ma ti dicono troppa, non sei capace, vai a fare i p***ini, e sono discriminazioni anche rivolte proprio alla sessualità della donna, che è una cosa che gli uomini arbitri non si sentiranno mai dire, e la discriminazione avviene anche all'interno della stessa federazione, perché ci sono pochissimi arbitri donna di basket, e la discriminazione è che gli arbitri donna possono solo arbitrare le categorie femminili a livello alto, quindi tu in quanto donna non potrai mai sperare di arrivare ad arbitrare la maschile, perché arbitrano solo gli uomini, e quindi è stato fatto un progetto donna apposta per ghettizzare gli arbitri donna e farle salire di più nelle categorie esclusivamente femminili, e quindi questa è la discriminazione più grossa che io ho vissuto giocando questo sport e decidendo di arbitrare questo sport.
Allora sì, è capitato, soprattutto da piccola, perché i primi 4 anni ho giocato in una squadra maschile quando ero piccola, fino ai 12 anni, e là sì, i maschietti mi prendevano in giro perché ero l'unica femmina della squadra che giocava. Poi in generale insulti pesanti non ne ho mai subiti, però insomma si sa che le donne sono un po' discriminate quando fanno sport.
Sì, tanti, praticamente fino a qualche anno fa almeno una volta a partita capitava, magari lo spettatore che passa da fuori, piuttosto che magari anche addirittura i mister, magari mi è capitato di sentire, cioè magari mister arrabbiati che discriminavano le proprie giocatrici.
How does networking foster knowledge and information exchange? Networking is an important element for all women and marginalised people in sport, both on a personal and professional level. On a professional level, networking gives you an opportunity to meet new people who can help you think in new and alternative ways. Having conversations with people outside of your usual circle can inspire innovation and future partnerships, and ultimately help build your own capacity. On a personal level, there is strength in sharing experiences, challenges and solutions. Networking can lead to collaborative and supportive relationships, which are particularly vital for women as they navigate a sports environment that can often be hostile and exclusionary towards them. SUE Project has provided a concrete opportunity for networking among young athletes using existing digital tools. The SUE community on the Mobilise platform has been created to connect participants to different countries, and we're looking forward to further developing this platform, particularly in an effort to keep people connected during the pandemic. There is good evidence that participation in sports can help break down gender stereotypes, improve women's self-esteem, and contribute to the development of leadership skills. So what has your experience been in sport? Your input is important to us and we'd love to hear from you. Leave us a comment or check out our website to discover all the available resources created during the project to fight gender gaps in sport.